Hello, today I'm going to be talking about reading comprehension using a story map and a comparison contrast map. For the story map illustration, I'm going to be using that with the book The Hot-Tempered Hedgehog and acting it out as if I'm reading this to the students and using their help to fill in the story map. And then for the comparison contrast concept map, I'm going to be using a lesson from our social studies book on the Revolutionary War. So for this comprehension assessment, I would do the PALS comprehension, and that would be having them read out loud a short passage that they already know, and then having them answer multiple choice questions based off of that passage. And if they needed extra help with that, then the questions could be read orally, but of course they could be written down or on the computer. So this is how I would use a story map to help my students grasp an idea or book that we are reading. Okay, students, everyone, come to the carpet. On your spot, you will find a piece of paper that is a story map. Good job. We have been talking about story maps, I know, but I want to go ahead and review before we start filling this one out, okay? So, a story map has a lot of different components, and it's made up of different boxes, and each box you write something different, right? Okay, so this first box says title and author. Now, what's a title? What the book is called, and who's the author? Who wrote the book? Good job. Okay, the next box is characters. Who are the characters in our story? The people that the story is about. Good job. Okay. The next box says setting. What's the setting? Where the story takes place. Okay. Now, in our problems box, what do we put? The main problem, the main conflict. Good job. Now, over to the side here in the attempts box, what do we write? Good. Any attempts or anything the characters do to try to solve the problem or fix it. Good job. And then what's the resolution box for then? What actually solves the problem? Good job. What the big resolution, what the big problem solver was. And then last but not least, what do we put in our lesson box? The main idea. Good job. Okay. Now, on your story maps, you will find that some of the information is already filled out, and we will go over it, and some of the information is blank, and you will get to fill it out, okay? Are you ready? We are going to read, based off request, The Hot-Tempered Hedgehog. Okay, now, based on the title that's already written on your story map, what do we think this book is going to be about? An angry hedgehog. Good job. And what does that tell us about the main character? Do you have any ideas? He could be the angry hedgehog. He could live with the angry hedgehog. Good job. Okay, awesome. Okay, now, so we have the title written. Can I have a volunteer come up here and point to the author? Yeah, come on up. Good job. It says it is written by Maud Ouellette. So go ahead and write that on your paper. And if you need help, I have it written on the board. Okay, let's get started. The Hot-Tempered Hedgehog. Rocky the Hedgehog was a real character. The minute something doesn't go his way, he curls up into a prickly ball that nobody dare comes near. If he doesn't win at hide and seek with his friends, poof, all balled up. If his little brother Louis is served before him at dinner, poof, all balled up. If somebody knocks over his blocks, poof, all balled up. Okay, so far, what do we know about this story? Do we know any characters? Okay, who are the characters that we've read about so far? Rocky, who is he a main character or a minor character? Seems like he's going to be the main character, right? Okay, and who else? And Louis, his brother. Good job. Do we have a setting so far? Okay, Rocky's house, that's a good one. Do we have a problem? Rocky's temper. Rocky gets mad very easily. Good job. Okay, let's keep reading. One sunny autumn day, Rocky, Louis, and their parents take a stroll through the forest for their last picnic before winter. All of a sudden, a gust of wind whisks Rocky's nice red cap away. Oh no, the little hedgehog cries out, feeling very angry to watch his favorite cap disappear. Rocky curls up into a ball like always. Meanwhile, without waiting a moment, his dad runs as fast as he can to see if he can catch the cap. With such a hot temper, Rocky is too angry to notice that he is at the top of a very tall hill. What a surprise when he feels himself starting to teeter. And then he rolls and rolls and rolls at top speed all the way down the hill. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's pause. Let's see if we can fill in any more of this story map. So, first, do we have another setting? The forest. Good job. Do we have any more characters? Rocky and Louie's parents. Okay, you can write that. So do we have any more problems besides Rocky's temper? The red cap. Okay, you can put that. Do we have any attempts so far? His friends and family kind of just try to stay away from him and not make him mad, right? That's really all we know. Okay, that's true. Do you think, are there any words in the sections that we've read so far that you don't understand? Oh, you have one? You want to come show me? Is it on this page? Okay, point to the word you don't know. Teeter. Teeter is a tough one. Teeter's a word that we don't use very often. Okay, what do we do when we don't know a word? We can look it up. What else? We can read the words around it. Good job. Okay, so it says, what a surprise when he feels himself starting to teeter. And then he rolls and rolls and rolls. Okay. So let's think about that. Have any of you ever heard of the word teeter? Okay. The teeter-totter on the playground. And what did you do on the teeter-totter? You rocked back and forth. Right. Okay. So we can assume, based on what's written in the book and what we know, that teeter means to rock back and forth all the way down the slope. Good job. Any more questions about what we've been reading? We're good? Okay. You got all of this information filled out so far? Good. Okay, let's keep reading. When Rocky gets to the bottom of the hill, the hedgehog has a funny look because his quills are full of autumn leaves. Rocky burst into laughter. It was so much fun. Worried, his mom and little brother run to his aid. My little Rocky, are you hurt? His mother asks, checking that nothing is broken. You really gave us a scare. Everything's fine, the smiling young hedgehog replies as Louie brushes the leaves off his back. I got your cat back by the big oak tree, his dad announces with pride. What are you doing all the way down here? Thanks, Dad. You should have seen it. I rolled all the way down the hill at top speed. It wasn't really a good idea to curl up into a ball like that, but it was so much fun. Because it was so much fun, I forgot how angry I was, exclaims the little hedgehog. My turn. I want to go for a spin, chimes Louie. Together with his little brother, Rocky spends the rest of the afternoon spinning down the bottom of the hill. Their dad joins in and tries out the game for himself. You're right, boys. This is fun, says his dad. From that day on, every time Rocky feels like losing his temper and curling into a ball, he thinks about rolling in the leaves with his little brother and his dad. Thanks to this happy memory, his anger vanishes on the spot. The end. Okay, so we have our title and author, we have our characters, we have our settings, we have our problem that Rocky gets mad very easily. Do we have any more attempts? Okay, his attempts of rolling down the hill and laughing it off. Good job. Okay, laughing off his anger. That would be a good attempt when he rolled down the hill. Excuse me. So then what was the resolution? What was the solution to the problem that we mentioned about Rocky getting too angry? Deciding to think of a funny moment instead of getting frustrated and mad. Good job. He's using that as a anger management technique. You know how we've talked about managing your emotions in a positive way instead of a negative way? Well, that was one of the things that Rocky did. Good job. So what was the overall lesson then? Don't let the little things bother you, okay? What else? Instead of getting mad and causing a scene, think of something funny or something to calm you down. That's awesome. Good job. And so that is how I would use a story map and a book to help my students grasp the idea. For the comparison concept map, I have a section on the Revolutionary War, and I am going to be talking about the soldiers and getting them to really understand that topic that we've been talking about. So it would look like this. Okay, students, everybody turn to page 41 in your social studies book where it says the Revolutionary War. We have been talking about this a lot. Who fought in the Revolutionary War? The soldiers. Good job. How many different soldiers were there? There was the Patriot side and the Loyalist side, or the English soldiers. Good job. Okay, let's compare these two, okay? Now, the Patriots, what do we know about them? They had little experience. They were pretty unskilled as soldiers, okay? What about the English soldiers? They were skilled. They did have experience, right? Okay, that's good. What were the Patriots fighting for? They were fighting for freedom. And what were the Loyalists and English soldiers fighting for? They were fighting for the king. That's right. Okay, so what can we conclude? What's going to be our summary based on what we've compared in this map? That the Patriots and Loyalists were both soldiers fighting the Revolutionary War. The Patriots were fighting for freedom, but the Loyalists were fighting for the king. Good job. Good job.